Hello everyone. Today we are starting the chapter number 3 in our business studies subject. The chapter number 3 continues with business environment. What do you mean by environment? Environment is nothing but the surroundings of an enterprises. So here the surroundings of the business, which is as a group of individuals or a group of persons, is known as business environment. So it refers to the total of all the individuals and all the individuals who are not inside the organization but who are responsible in the outside of the organizations who are helping you in the business. So this business environment includes customers. The people who are customers who do the business for you and gives you the revenue for the business is known as customers. Next is vendors. The suppliers, one who provides the materials to you. Then investors, the responsible individuals who are investing on your business, they are also called as financiers. It may be a bank or an individuals. Competitors, the other businessmen who are dealing in the same industry as you are doing. And then common public. So they are very much important in your socialism when it comes to the point of business. So there are 5 people who are influencing you either directly or indirectly in your business environment, and these 5 people are very much responsible in achievement of your goal. First one is customers, vendors, investors or financiers, then competitors and common public or general publics. Let us go with why do we need this business environment and what is this features and importance. The first one, business environment is required to identify the new opportunities available in the market or place. So the new opportunities can be identified only with the proper business environment. Second one, we need to use to identify the threats available. So threats are very dangerous in a business. Without identifying the threats, you cannot succeed in your business. To identify the threats, our business environment supports you through socialism. Then thirdly, to utilize the maximum available resources available in the market, business environment supports you. So without business environment, a business may fail in getting the available resources in a particular place. Then fourthly, it is very much useful in planning and implementing the company policies. So without a proper planning, the company or the business won't be achieve their goals, and it has to be implemented in a proper way, the policies or the procedures, whatever is available. And the last one is the business will be improved only through a proper business environment. So we have 5 importance. One is it helps in identifying the opportunities, and it helps in identifying the threats of the business, and thirdly it helps in utilizing the available resources in the market, maximum available resources in the market, and it helps in framing the planning and implementing the company policies, and lastly performance can be improved only through the business environments. And next, very much important, that is dimensions. So this is a compulsory question in your PUC syllabus. Dimensions of business environment. We have ESTPL. There are 5 dimensions in business. Dimensions here refers to the sides of the business environment. The 5 sides are there in our business environment. Starts with ESTPL. E stands for economical business environment, S stands for social and business environment, T stands for technological business environment, P stands for political business environment, and L stands for legal environment. ESTPL. So there are 5 dimensions or 5 sides of the business environment which we come across. Firstly, economical environment. What is this economical? Economic is nothing but the growth and development of a country. Here the economic refers to the growth and development of a business. So business can be developed and growth only because of the economical environment, because the economic studies about your interest rates. the interest rate changes in a year either by the financials or the banks will influence our business. So the interest rates, then inflation rates, of course, inflation and deflation will affect directly or indirectly to the business. Then stock market. The stock exchange market plays an important role in our domestic and international businesses. So based on that, the currency value, the exchange, foreign exchange currency values will determine through stock market, and all these four factors influence you directly to the economical environment, and this will indirectly affect to the business environment. Second one, yes, social environment. The surroundings of the business such as religious customs, traditions, or taste and preference of the surrounding people will influence you the social environment. So different festivals, different cultural programs will be conducted in a year. For an example, if your business is into a sweet stall, during the Diwali and Dasara, the business will be more than any other months. So these kind of factors will influence you socially to the business based on the traditions, your customs and religions, and then the taste and preference of the surrounding people who are near to your business. Technology. Technological environment plays an important role nowadays because everything is going through with the machine, labor and power. So scientific methods, there are a lot of scientific methods such as artificial intelligence, machine learning and other kind of machineries and new technologies influences your business, and this technology will increase your production and makes the people to accept their demands, and your demand will be more. So technological department plays an important role. Fourthly, political environment. The political, it is nothing but it may be a state government or central government. The government stability will influence your business, and if the governments keeps on changing, the business may affect. So the stability in either the state government or central government may influence your business in growth. Then law and order. The government law and order maintained in a particular place where is your business located will influence your political environment. And lastly, legal environment. The government acts. There are a lot of acts in labor law such as Payment of Wages Act 1936, Factories Act 1948, Shops and Commercial Establishment Act 1962, or Minimum Wages Act 1948. So there are a lot of acts which governs you the business in a country, either with the state or with the central, will be coming under your legal environment because new rules, new implementation of the rules by the governments. Everything has to be followed by a business to run in a particular marketplace will affect it with the provisions of the act. Either the act are old or new or amendments. So recently in this year we have an amendment of Income Tax Act. So like that the acts will be modified every year based on the things. Administrative orders. So there are a lot of orders and administrative instructions given by the state government and central government which a business has to follow legally. And then third, any issues pertaining to the legal activities has to be strictly obeyed. So there are 5 dimensions. ESTPL. As I told, ESTPL plays an important role in the 5 dimensions: economical, social, technological, political and legal. Now let us go with LPG. What is this LPG? LPG is the basic concepts of the business environment. L stands for liberalizations, P stands for privatizations and G stands for globalizations. So what is this liberalizations? Liberal is nothing but the freedom. Not to an individual, to the business people, especially for the industrialist. During the 1991, the government of India has liberalized some of the small scale industries and provided some reduce in the registration and implementation of the industries. So that is called liberalization. So making them to act, providing them some financial assistance and making them to produce more and more, especially for the medium scale and small scale industries in liberalization which was happened in 1991. Privatizations. There are some 6 government companies which are privatized or converted to the private sector to earn profits, such as lot of banks, government banks are converted into private banks such as ICICI, IDFC, UTI, etc. And there are some government departments also which are converted to the private because it was coming under the laws and government is not able to run that business. So privatization plays an important role in conversion from public limited company to the private limited company in a things. Globalizations. What is this? Inviting the foreign companies to the India. Inviting the foreign companies to trade in India and accepting more FDI, accepting foreign direct investments. So it is again happened in 1991. So whereas presently we have lot of MNCs and foreign companies exist in all the industries, and this globalization made us, and SBI is one of the example for globalization, as SBI is an Indian company which has 470 branches throughout the world. So globalization is nothing but accepting or inviting the foreign companies to trade in our country, where it creates more income and more consumption, and it satisfies the demand of an individuals. So it is called LPG, liberalizations, privatization and globalizations. Got it? So this chapter, business environment, covers you with 5 marks in your examinations. So 1 mark question 1 and 4 mark questions 1 will be there. Totally you are going to cover with 5 marks in this chapter. So what are the 4 mark and 4 markers? So it may be, what do you mean by business environment? So business environment is nothing but surroundings of an individuals who are controlling the business, not internally, outside, that is externally. So that is we can call them, and there are 5 peoples: customers, investors, then vendors, competitors and general publics. And importance of business environment, we have 5 importance. That is, it helps us to identify the opportunity, new opportunities available in the market. It helps us to identify the threats in the market, because threat is very dangerous to the business, and it helps us in utilizing the maximum available resources outside the business environment, and it helps us in framing the planning and implementing the policies of the company, and it helps us to performance increase. I think this is for your important question for the 4 marks. Dimensions of the business environment, as I told, ESTPL, environmental, social, technological, political and legal. With some examples I have explained you. And then lastly, LPG, liberalizations, privatizations and globalizations. Liberalization is nothing but during the economic reforms of 1991, the government of India reduced the control over the small scale and medium scale industries and reduced the rules and regulations to them to increase in their developments. Then privatizations refers to the conversion of the public sector companies to the private sector companies, where the public sectors are unable to earn profit or suffering from the losses. And lastly, globalizations, inviting and accepting the foreign companies to trade and invest in the foreign direct investments to increase in the economy of the country. And all these economic reforms coming under economic reforms of 1991. Thank you.